What it is, what it was, what it could be, guys. It's your boy Justice, back at it again with another episode. Today I'm coming at you with 6 things that you should know if you're thinking about moving to Australia. Let's get to it. I moved to Australia about 3 months ago now, so I feel like I got a little bit of an understanding of what's going on here, what people are saying when they're actually talking to me, because believe me, they speak a completely different language. Without further ado, let's get to the list. Number 1, the sun. The sun is ridiculously powerful here. Australia actually has the 2nd highest rate of melanoma skin cancer in the entire world. The only country they're trailing is New Zealand. There's a couple reasons why the sun's so ridiculously hot here. 1, Australia on average has 246 days of sunlight throughout the year, which is quite a bit. And 2, Australia is really close to the Antarctic ozone hole. Now, contrary to popular belief, there's not an actual hole in the ozone layer above Australia. So what it actually is, every spring, the ozone layer above the Antarctic Circle gets extremely thin. This obviously allows for more UV exposure to come in, causing the UV index to skyrocket, which damages a lot of unprotected skin. The UV index here in Queensland alone, I don't think I've ever seen it below 8 or 9. Honestly, it's almost always at 11, which is crazy high. Number 2, the creepy crawlies. Now, when most people think of Australia, they think of the snakes, the spiders, the bats, all the bad things that can get them. And for fair enough reason why they should. But to be honest with you, the entire time I've been here, I've only seen 1 snake, and it was crawling across the road harmlessly. And the only spiders I've seen have been huntsman spiders and daddy longleg, which are completely harmless. What you should be worried about is the goddamn cockroaches. The cockroaches here are absolutely huge. I'm talking, and not only are they huge, they are extremely fast. I'm talking Usain Bolt fast. I'm talking takeoff fast. These guys get out of there and they go. And that's not even the scariest part. But wait, there's more. Not only are they super big, super fast, and basically indestructible, they can fly. These big things are just like flying indestructible tanks. They just come into your house, crawl on your walls, crawl through your bed. They creep me the heck out. I'm starting to get accustomed to them now because I've been here 3 months. But man, I'll tell you 2 things. When one of those suckers catches me off guard, it's a bad day. Number 3, food and drinks. Food here in Australia is quite different, and I'm not just talking about the prices, but let's talk about the prices. Food in Australia is actually pretty expensive. This is primarily because the minimum wage here is $20. It's pretty high. Even McDonald's and all fast food in general is still pretty expensive here. In the States, you can get a McChicken for about $1.04. Here, that's gonna cost you about $5. Just a bottle of water here is about $5 to $6 for 1 bottle. Now, don't even get me started on the prices of alcohol here. Ah, look what you did. You got me started. In the States, you can get a whole handle of liquor for $20. Here, the cheapest liquor you're gonna find is about $40 to $50. There's all sorts of types of food to try here. It's pretty much got something for everybody, whether you're vegan, vegetarian, pescatarian like myself. They got it covered for everything you can think of, with delicious places everywhere on every corner. Number 4, public transportation. Public transportation here in Australia is actually really good. Between buses, trains, and trams, you can essentially get anywhere you want to within any of the major cities. Although, if you are using it every single day, the expense does add up pretty quick. That's why I use my handy dandy electric skateboard. That way I'm not depending or waiting on public transportation. I can just get wherever I want to go, whenever I want to get there. How the public transportation system is set up here is actually really neat. So all you gotta do, if you're in Queensland, you get yourself a go-kart. If you're in New South Wales, you get yourself an Opal card. They're about $15 for the card, I believe, at least for the Go card. I believe the Opal card is free. You just put some money on it, and then you tap on the little sensor before you get on, and then you tap it again while you get off. Next thing you know, you're at your destination. I was gonna record this scene on the tram, but it was just too crowded and too noisy like it usually is, so I had to hop off and then film it out here. Number 5. Australian slang. Australians basically don't speak English. They speak Australian. They have some of the most bizarre phrases I have ever heard of, and they shorten nearly every single word in the dictionary. On a typical day in Australia, you'll hear some of the words like the following. Brekkie means breakfast. Arvo means afternoon. A servo is just a gas station, or a petrol station as they would call it. Bottle-o is just a liquor store. I'm not sure why they call it that. A watering hole is just a bar. Knackered is tired. Dongs are flip-flops. And goon just means boxed wine. A bogan is just like a hillbilly or a hick. They use that quite frequently. It's usually used to describe someone who's shopping in the store without shoes or something along that line. Some of my favorite phrases I've learned consist of she'll be right, which means she'll be fine. Chuck a Yui, which means make a U-turn. And probably the most commonly used is suss it out, which basically means figure out what's going on or see what's happening. Dry as a dead dingo's donga, which basically just means that you're thirsty, usually for alcohol. And my personal favorite, I'm not here to fuck spiders, which means I'm not here to mess around. Number 6, the sunrises and the sunsets. So the last thing you should know if you're thinking about moving to Australia is just how beautiful the sunrises and the sunsets are. Now, I remember seeing my first sunrise, my first sunset, and I thought, oh my gosh, this is probably the most beautiful thing I've ever laid my eyes on. And then the next day, it was the same thing. I was like, oh my gosh, this one's even more beautiful. And the next day, it was the same thing, and the next day, the same thing. And eventually, I just realized, okay, every day's like that. So I wake up early. I'll wake up at 3, 4 in the morning to go catch the sunrise just because they're that beautiful. They'll just blow you away. They'll really blow you away. And you know what? I don't even think I can put it into words. I think I just gotta show you. Well, there you have it, guys. Those are the 6 things I think you should know if you're thinking about moving to Australia. If you live in the Gold Coast area and you're seeing this, feel free to DM me at justice.hahlbeck on Instagram. Maybe we can collab, maybe go on an adventure or something. I'm always down for anything. I enjoy filming, I enjoy creating videos. So if you're in the area, or if you're just a fellow Australian YouTuber, feel free to reach out to me if you see this at justice.hahlbeck, like I said, on Instagram. If you enjoyed what you saw, why don't you go ahead and smash the like button. If you want to see more, do yourself a favor and go ahead and subscribe. It's right here. And I will see you guys next week.